In studio, I've got Laura Roller, who is the YW Care Advocate and Volunteer Coordinator, and also Megan Parks, who's a YW Cares Program Coordinator. They're with the YWCA of Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. And Megan, Laura, welcome in. How are you doing?
Thank you. We're very good. We're excited to be here.
You found me okay.
We did. We made our way around for sure. Got a good tour.
Okay, so there's two organizations. There's a YMCA, like we have here in Kingsport, and then there's a YWCA. Two different organizations, different sort of missions, programs, and all. What are they? What is the mission of the YWCA?
So the YWCA is focused on eliminating racism and empowering women. So really we're looking at racial justice issues, empowering women, and building programming surrounding those issues in our community.
So eliminating racism and empowering women.
Well, we have a couple of different programs that are running at the YWCA right now. So we have an Emerge program, which is a women's developmental program in order for women to kind of develop their skills for their careers and for their lives in general. We also have a Moms Are Us program that focuses on young moms or young families, men and women, who are transitioning into adulthood and parenthood. So they do classes and services for that population as well. And of course now we have the YW Cares program, which is a new victim advocacy program that we work with all ages, 17 to 24, but men, women, really anyone at all that has been the victim of crime.
Every time we turn on the newscasts, locally, nationally, there's always tons of crime. There's always things going on, and we're hearing about more and more tragic type things. You have a crime, you have the suspect, the victims, whether it's a robbery or a murder case or a rape, that type of thing. There's always a victim. And I guess that comes with a different set of circumstances. And each case is different, but you have to really handle those in a different way.
So for us, we actually, for the people that we work with, we don't require a police report. So if someone has gone through an event, whatever that looks like for them, like you said, it could be any crime at all, whether that's, witnessing domestic violence or going through domestic violence themselves, going through a theft, being bullying or harassment, anything like that. It can be any crime at all. All they have to do is contact us and let us know that they've been through this event and that they want to seek services. And that's all the requirements for us. And like you said, it's very subjective. Everyone is different. And so we attempt to gear our services to be very open and to be able to address any sort of need for anyone that comes through that door.
And a lot of times, again, a victim of crime, it may harbor itself in different ways.
It's a different experience for every person, and every situation is unique. And I'm really glad that you brought that up, because a really unique thing about our program is that we are able to work with survivors either at the time of need, as soon as we get that call from the police department or the hospital or the survivor themselves. We can connect with them immediately. Whether that crime is recent or even if it happened a long time ago. So if we have somebody who had an experience 5-10 years ago, or maybe when they were little and they are just now dealing with it, we still want to be able to be a help and a resource for those folks. And what that looks like might be meeting with somebody at a safe place, getting them connected to whatever resources they might need, whether it's legal services, mental health services, even filing for victims' compensation. However that needs to look for that person. We want to be able to help.
So what is the specific function of an advocate? I know you handle the volunteers and coordinate that. What does an advocate do?
An advocate is the person who works with the survivor for as long as they need extra support. It could look like listening to somebody if they just need to talk through things. It can look like going to court and medical appointments with folks so they don't have to go through those situations alone. We know that can be a really scary thing to do. Mm-hmm. Just sort of acting as a voice for that person to help them get connected to the resources that they need.
Do advocates go to court with the victims? Do you again, transportation maybe, or even if they need someone to go to the courtroom with them, is that part of it?
Absolutely, it is.
One of the biggest needs, I guess, is having the help and assistance and the access to an advocate after hours. It's not crimes just don't occur Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. They're weekends, holidays, you name it.
Yes, that's definitely correct. Crimes don't stay within business hours, so we want to be available for folks, as often as we can, which is 24/7.
Right.
So.
Now, you don't handle juvenile cases, correct? It's mainly adults.
You're right. We can work with anybody between the ages of 17 and 24 in Sullivan County.
So back in February, YW Cares began serving the community through victim advocacy and holistic care. That word I saw. Explain that.
Sure. So I think holistic care is a newer idea that's coming into this area. And we are actually one of 3 agencies across the state of Tennessee that are funded to actually serve the 17 to 24 population. And so one of the different things that we wanted to focus on was this term holistic care. And when we think about that, we're thinking of the entire body, the entire self of that person. So mentally, physically, and spiritually, we want to be able to address all of their needs. So what that looks like for us is we're able to have programming that is very subjective and individualized to everyone we work with to be able to basically meet whatever need they have. So we have a lot of different classes and programming. Starting July 1, we'll have a lot of different classes that are coming on board. We'll be teaching yoga, creative writing classes. We'll be doing self-defense classes. We'll actually be teaching that through our staff. We're able to teach some self-defense, which I think is very empowering to women. It's very good to learn. It's good skills to know.
Sure.
So we're excited to have that. So really, it's basically anything that someone needs. If they feel that maybe going horseback riding is therapeutic and helpful to them, and that brings back a good memory in their life, then we're able to set that up for them. We have the wonderful pleasure to be able to, really bring whatever service is needed. So we're excited about that.
Right. Again, YW Cares, the serving victims of crime between 17 and 24, a strong support network, transportation to court proceedings, and accompanying that person if is needed, emotional, physical support, and the self-care services, as you mentioned, like self-defense and other techniques.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the way that we look at it is, therapy is wonderful and we endorse therapy every day. But people may be at times in their life where that's just not the avenue they need to take at that moment. And so we're trying to offer other options that are therapeutically based. We don't offer therapy, but we do other classes that can engage people with other people who understand what they've been through, and they can talk about things that they've been through, and hopefully we will be there to be another supportive person and help them out through a tough situation. That's really what we're there for.
Right. Physically, the YWCA is located in Bristol, but these services are available to Sullivan County. You cover Sullivan County.
It is. We're very mobile. We're at a different location every day. We do have 2 offices. One is at our YWCA location in Bristol, and then we are also a member of the Family Justice Center in Blountville.
Okay.
I don't know if people know a lot about the Family Justice Center. It's really a one-stop shop for anyone who has experienced a crime, domestic violence, sexual assault. They can go to 313 Foothills Drive in Blountville. They can literally walk in the door. They'll meet someone there at the front desk. They will walk them through all the services that they offer, and they'll literally partner them with people who they can work with right there on site in the building. So that's therapy, legal aid, advocate work, whatever they may need. It's a one-stop shop. Instead of people having to go to 10 different locations to get help, we're able to help them there in that one building so they don't have to go through more trauma.
I know there's a different organization in Blountville, and it's called the Children's Advocacy Center, and they do much of the same thing for children and juveniles.
Exactly. They work up until age 18.
Right.
Yes.
So basically, the advocacy issues of crime and whatever else among juveniles is really handled by that agency. But then once they reach 17 and older, they can seek that through YWCA.
They can seek it through us, and of course, we partner with all community service providers, so therapists, other advocacy agencies, because a lot of people, we have specific specialties that we focus on or specific age groups. So 17 to 24 is ours, and we focus on holistic care and advocacy. And then if we are not able to meet whatever need they have, we're very happy to send them to an agency that will have everything they need.
I was going to ask too, probably work in conjunction with or in cooperation with Frontier Health.
Absolutely. We actually at this time have a therapist from Frontier Health over at the Branch House Family Justice Center, and then we also work pretty closely with Safe House.
Gotcha.
So if we come across somebody who really has a need to find a safe place to stay and needs to make that life change, we're able to partner with them, and also Abuse Alternatives. They're just two really wonderful resources in our area that can help meet that need.
Right. And again, women who have children, if the woman is a victim, then most likely the child or children are victims. So again, that's where Children's Advocacy, Frontier Health, you all can sort of maneuver around all of these agencies to get them where they need.
Absolutely. We all make referrals to each other. We kind of work as a large partnership because we all know what each other's specialty is, so we know where to refer people. And that's the beauty of the Branch House, is we all work in the same building. So if you need someone from Frontier Health, they're down the hall, as opposed to another referral, another waiting time, another intake. That's not necessary. We're able to help you there on the spot.
Is there a need for volunteers?
Yes, there certainly is. I'm actually the volunteer coordinator, and if anybody is interested in volunteering, they can contact me at 423-956-2297. And the way that we are looking at utilizing volunteers, especially this year, we are going to be having booths at Tri-Pride and Border Bash. We would love some help manning those booths. We also would love to incorporate volunteers as sort of a supportive person for the holistic classes that we will be offering. We know that it can be a little bit scary and intimidating for someone to go to a class for the first time by themselves, so we just want to give some extra support and extra cushion to our survivors who might be going to those classes, just to have a buddy. And then later on this year, we are hoping and planning to actually be doing a volleyball tournament. So we would love some volunteers to help us man that as well. So if anybody is interested or has any questions at all about that, please contact me. My name is Laura Roller at 423-956-2297.
This advocacy program, as I said, it's some new grant money. It's funded by grant. Is this from the state of Tennessee, or does this come from a national or a federal type grant, or maybe a combination of both?
This is a federal grant through the Office of Criminal Justice Programming, and it's actually ran through Nashville from the state level, but it is federal funding for us.
Well, very good. This has been some great information, and folks who need more information about YWCA, the YW Cares program in particular, or any of the other programs that you mentioned, child care, Emerge, racial justice, teen pregnancy, women's health and safety, call the YWCA. They can get in touch with you guys and get on the move, right?
We are here 24/7, so whatever they need. Yeah.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for making the drive down. I know 20 miles is a little tough to come to Kingsport, but that's cool. I appreciate that.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
So once again, Laura Roller is a YW Care Advocate Volunteer Coordinator. Megan Parks is a YW Cares Program Coordinator, again, both with the YWCA of Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. You're listening to 90.3 WCSK. We're the voice of Kingsport City Schools.